This is Doug with Rusted Wrench Garage. Well, I got a day off of work today, so we're back out here in the garage. Going to do a little more work on the Camaro. We got a big race coming up, not this weekend because it's Friday, but next weekend on, I guess that would be October 25th, 26th, and 27th. It's a 3-day event, and they're going to run a bunch of different classes, and it's a big money race. I mean, we could potentially, if we won all 3 days, we could walk away from there with like $5,500, which that would be good. We could use it, put the money back in the car. I don't know, buy some groceries, pay a bill or two, get a steak. We'll figure out something to do with it. But anyhow, so we're back out here. We're going to try to get the car ready. If you remember, we put that motor in there that had been sitting for 20 years. And last outing, it wasn't very good. Thing kept running lean. So we're going to try some different stuff. We called Holley about the carburetor. That's a whole nother video. We'll get into that. My buddy, he called them, and we'll get into that. You'll need to stay tuned for that video because it'll be pretty interesting. So, but what we're going to do today, see, I got my carburetor parts out here. We got our jets, and we got our main body jets. We're going to change the main body jets. This was running lean, and it shouldn't because it's a 1250 Dominator. So, and it came out with 94 jets in there, and we've got 108s in it now. And according to my air fuel ratio meter, my fast meter that I got in the car, show that to you. It's right in there. And according to it, the car's still running lean, which makes no sense. So we've decided, we've changed the jets here. They had 31s. We've put 28s in there because these actually suck air. So we're thinking if we shut these down a little bit, then it's going to get more fuel than air. But we're going to change the jets in the main bodies back to where they was, because there's a chance it could go too rich now. So we're going to pull the 108s out, put the original ones in there, which was 94s. So stick with us, and we're going to get that done. And I know you're probably thinking, well, if it's running too lean, why would you put smaller main body jets in there? It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So, like I said, we're going to do another video on there. So we'll just leave you a little curious for now till we can explain that to you and see if it works, you know, because if it don't work, then, yeah, it was pointless. All right, so first, to change those, you're going to take your main fuel lines off. And that takes a 7/8 wrench. And we're probably going to get some fuel, so let me grab a rag real quick to put underneath there, so we just don't get fuel all over everything. Because it has been running. I mean, we have had it running, so you get your main fuel lines off of there. Okay, get that screwed off there somehow. There it goes. And just let that sit there to the side. Then we want to take those bowls off of there. And you got to remember, guys, those bowls are going to have fuel in them. So I like to use just a paint can cap off of the old paint can. The paint, you know what I'm saying, spray paint. And I got those pretty tight, so let me get a wrench to kind of help break those things loose. Just a smidge. They're 5/16, so you can just don't have to worry about metric. I'm just going to break them. Let's just break them, get them started here. And but you know, I don't want to pull them out just yet. I'm just gonna Just want to get them broke loose where I can get them off with that little nut driver. What I can do is just pull one of the bottom ones off, and you can hold your lid underneath there to catch that fuel so you don't get it all over everything. We'll back that out. We'll pull this out and let the gas run. We'll let that gas run out of there. Well, we're still okay. Well, does that lid have a hole in it? Well, we're still making a mess. Okay, so we got that gas. And then we'll just dump it outside and act like everything's okay. Okay. Now, we got that out, and we got gas everywhere, which is always good if you want to start a fire. Get the other 3 bolts out. And there's some okay, backing her out. But like I said, I thought we was done for the season. But then I seen that advertisement for this big money bracket race coming up. And like I told you before, they used my car for the flyer to advertise it. So I talked to my boss, and I'll pull this off real easy because you don't want to rip that gasket. And once you get that off, you got your floats in there, needle valves. Here's your gasket. Talked to them. Well, we're still dumping gas here. So, like I was saying before, got more gas there. Goodness gracious. Talked to my boss, and she's going to let me off that weekend so we can go run this thing. So anyhow, here's your jets, your main jets. And they'll just twist out. You can take this plate off if you want, but I'd assume leave it on. That way you don't risk the chance of ripping that gasket. So get those out. And like I said, they're just little old tiny jets. They're not very big. So these were 108s, if I believe, right? Yeah, 108. We're going to put those back in the jet bin. And we're going to get the 94s back out, which the carburetor came with in the beginning. So, well, I can't get my fingers in there to get the jets out. Hang on, I'm coming back. Okay. So, we got the 94s. And it's not a complicated deal. You just stick them back in. And get them started. Don't want to cross thread them. You can mess your whole day up. And then just snug them a little bit. And that's about it. So we'll get this back on. And you got to hold your accelerator pump lever up there so you can get that back on there, because it's got an arm. It's got this arm underneath here. Well, geez, right here, and you don't want to get it on top of that. It won't work right. So we'll get that back on there. Make sure your rubber gaskets are still there where the screws went. And well, there it goes. Get that back on there. Now this is a Dominator, but it's pretty much the same if you're running a Holley 950, 850, regular carburetor, 650, you know, whatever you got on your car. They all change the same way. And but you know, we're going to put 94s in the front and the back. If you're running a street car, you might want some smaller ones in the front. I mean, I've seen where they got like 67s in the front, and then you want to put a little bit bigger in the back for your 4-barrel. Now, if you're running a power valve, you got to remember now, them power valves, when them open up from the vacuum drop, they're gonna let in about 10 jet sizes. So you can keep that in mind and not put too big in there, because sometimes getting a motor running too rich is almost as bad as running too lean. But we don't want to go lean, because that can mess up some stuff. Okay, burn a piston. I've actually cracked a piston, the ring land on them, by them going too lean. And let me tell you, it's not a fun day when you pull your motor apart and you find that after you spend all the money on it. So kind of watch that. And I can see where we got gas running all in the back of the intake from where I made a mess. Okay, so sop up any gas that might be in there. Should have had a rag down there to catch that stuff, but I didn't. So now we're cleaning up the mess. So on the back, it's gonna come apart the same way, except it's giving me a hard time because the distributor's back there. So you got to kind of work around it, but we'll do the same thing. If find my, where'd my lid go? Oh, here it is. We'll do the same thing. We'll drain the back, pull the screw out. Under the bottom ones, the pulling the top one is not going to do you no good. And, let that gas drain out and see if we can keep from making a big old mess this time. We're doing pretty good this time. Let's shake the car a little bit. Get all that out of there. Okay. Well, you know, it's still dripping some and getting everywhere. Okay, let me dump this out. And we'll finish pulling this back one off. So, the screws where I don't lose them. Okay. I don't know. How you guys coming with your cars? I mean, are you getting any work done on them? Or are you just watching me? There I am. So, yeah, like I said before, man, the big thing is it doesn't matter your dollar budget, guys. Just go out and start working on your car. Enjoy it. It's one thing I did notice. If you don't never work on it, it'll never get done. That's philosophy for today. Okay. We got the back one off, and okay, I'll bring you around here. I want to show you something. When these cars, as you can remember, we've changed the jets and the top on the front and back, and we changed the main jets. We put a bigger fuel pump in it, put a new fuel regulator in it, put new plugs in it, and we got some more spare plugs here. I think I got 3 sets that we're going to take with us. So, you know, got to remember, guys, it's always good to change 7 or 16 things on the car before you take it out and run it. No, that's not the way to do it. You really ought to change one thing at a time just to see what the differences is. You could change so much that you could just totally lose your combination altogether. But yeah, we didn't do that. No, not at all. So yeah, we can put new foam in the fuel cell. A couple of changes. May not be good. But, and plus, you can see the sensors. We put new sensors in the air fuel meter thingy-majigger. I keep saying we, but there's no we. It's just me. But that's okay. Because if something goes wrong, I can blame it on somebody else for not being here. So, we're going to start the car up, let it warm up. I'm going to bring it up on the trans brake and see if my fuel pressure holds steady, and see what my air fuel meter does. If it's, just like to see what it's reading since we've did all those changes. It fluctuates a lot. I don't know. I may have it too close to the end of my pipes or something with those side flow headers. But I'm hoping maybe those new sensors will calm that down a little bit. So let's try that, and then we got one more thing to do before we finish up today. We're in the car. So we want to bring the power up. We want to turn our meter on. It's warming up now. We got to let that warm up. It says read AF or advanced options. We're going to read EF. And it says single mode or dual mode. Well, we're going to go dual mode. Read average or read individually. And go read individually. It's warming up. From what I read, you need to let this warm up. I guess it's warming the sensors up before you start the car, because if you start it with it not on, then it builds up stuff and just makes a mess of those sensors. And I think maybe that's why we was having a problem, because I wasn't really adhering to what the instructions say. And if you see, it takes it a minute to warm up. Okay, so now we're up, we're warmed up, so we'll start this thing up and back it out and see what everything's doing. Well, don't appear like that's working, but let's watch it do the fuel pressure anyhow. Okay, well, we're blowing some smoke out of here, and I need to go see what's going on. Looks like one of them boots. I don't know. Did I get some oil on that plug, or what's going on? But as you can see, our fuel pressure didn't drop when we did that, which that's good. And our air fuel mixture thing was kind of around 9, 10. That's a little rich. I kind of like it for be like 12, 13. But then you got to remember too, we was still maybe a little cold. I mean, we didn't, but really going to tell us when we get it to the track and go full throttle. So we're going to call that good till we get it out to the track and see what's going on. All right, next thing we want to do is, you remember, showed you that the grill fell out of the car in the front and broke it. And, you know, racers, they look out for each other, so that's good. They only ran over it one time. But, you know, it's just kind of a cheap plastic anyhow. So I got this other grill here. I got this off of eBay, and we're going to see what that thing's like, if it's any good. It came from ASPautoparts.com. Never heard of them. Got it off of eBay. It's only like $40, so I figured, you know, it wouldn't be too bad. So let's pull it out of the box here. Oh, I hit my light. And got some screws and stuff down in here too. Okay, came with hardware, some instructions. I don't know. Let's put this in there and see if it even fits in the front of this thing. This one's made out of metal instead of that plastic. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. But it's just gonna, well, set right up in here. Well, I don't know. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. Huh, $40 for that thing. I don't think that's a bad deal. We'll have to see how hard it is to put in. Okay, so instructions say identify the grill and hardware. Okay, that's identified. Okay, put the studs and threads through the hole of the bullet grill. Fasten the Z-bars to the bullet grill and the studs, keeping the studs and kept nuts. Here's what I wanted you to see. Remember, let me get you. Okay, here's what I want to highlight. Remember, I told you this before if you watch my channel, that instructions are just the manufacturer's suggestion on how you should do something. We know how to do it. Sometimes these guys that put this stuff together, manufacturers and stuff, sometimes I wonder, did they really ever even work on a car? Because, man, they make stuff rough. And, you know, I just figured a bunch of guys there building stuff, and so they send instructions just to give you an idea of what you should do, and then you just go ahead and do it the way you want to do it. And let me show you, I got proof this time. You guys think I just say that to be funny, but here, let me get you in here so you can read something here. Look here in the first line, what's that say? The instructions here is for your reference only. So, what? You read it for yourself. The instructions are for reference only. Okay, made my point. When they said figure it out, they weren't kidding. I think we about got it. You screw these studs in the grill, and then it comes with these little brackets to put on there, but my bottom ones are broke, I think, so there's no way we're going to get anything in them, but we're going to try to do something to hold it in the bottom. But right now, let's just try to get them top ones in there. It's just, you know, can't hardly get your hand in there. So I think we can get this one in. Maybe. I hope so. I don't know if it'll be right or not. Need to go a little more. If I can get a screw in there, I don't know if I'm going to get through that. So, let's, I don't know. I can't, I just can't get your hand in there. So, can we go this way? I mean, I have to get my hand, and then I can't see nothing. Do I got it even close? I think I do. Oh, well, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, we're not in the right place. Let me get I need a light under there. I can't hold a flashlight and do everything. So, where'd this come from? Oh, broke off my light. Oh, be darned. Well, okay. Well, that didn't help. Can I put it up in there? Like that? Maybe. See what's going on? Okay, well, where are we at now? Let me see if I can get that in that hole. It's not working. Yeah, it's not working so well for us. Hey, I think we may have got it. I don't know. See if it tightens down. Yeah, that screwdriver came out. Because I lost the screws to it. Yeah, I guess that explains why the grill fell out. That's either real long-winded or it's not going to tighten. Now, wait a minute. Okay. All right, I think we got that side. But now we got to tighten that nut up in the back. So, let's see if we can get in there to do that. I wish you guys could see this. It's a, well, that's not going to work. Bolt's too long. Okay, let me get a wrench. I think it was 3/8. So we can get our hand in there. Get that 3/8 that's on that bracket. We can snug that up. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that side's in. So now, I mean in the top anyhow, let's get our light over here. Well, somehow, see if we can get this side in. Right now it's going to push back a little too far. Spin that bracket back up at the top. Somehow, got to do most of this by feel. Okay. I don't know where we're at. Let me. Well, not there yet. Okay. Are we there? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's see if we can somehow get this screw in there. Okay, maybe not. It's moving out of the way. She's trying to fight me. Okay. See if we can. Oh man, I don't know. I think we just. Where's the, there it is. Well, if I could just get it in that hole. Does it even have a clip on it? Okay, let's try this again. You know, I wonder if a guy, oh, we missed it. Let's see, the bracket's running from me now. Let me snug that bracket down a little bit. finger tight. So it'll quit running every time I hit it. Okay. Now, let's try again. If the screwdriver will hold on to the screw, I think we can get it in there. Oh, that didn't work. Where'd it go? Here it is. May have to take that on there. I don't know. Let's try again. Okay, I think we're in. We're in, boys. See if it'll tighten up. Okay. Well, I mean, I think we're there. It's tight. Well, maybe not. Let's give it a little more. That'd be bad if these screws fell out and I ran over it with one of my slicks. Could make for a bad day. Okay. Well, that's in, but I don't like the way the bottom is stuck way out. You know? Can we maybe bend it? Okay, well, I mean, can we live with that? Okay, let me tighten this screw up a little bit. This one okay. That's the top. Now we've got to figure out how to get that bottom in there. I don't know. Wish we could move it up some, but I don't think we're going to be able to, just the way those brackets are made. Yeah, because they're hitting the top already. Maybe if we'd have cut them off some. Okay, I'm wondering if we just put that bottom on there, let them hook themselves on that bumper on the inside. You know what I mean? If these will go in there and just hold it like a clamp, might be a way out of this mess. So, except I don't. Let me. It's going to hit there. How about if we went this way? That way it won't. We could have adjustability. No, it's not going to work either. Well, yeah, see? Problem is, I got it upside down. No, it's not upside down. That's the way it goes. Well, I would say that'll hold this side. Let's see if we can get a right on it. Get on there. I don't think it's getting where it started. Okay. I think we got it started. Move that down. Is that going to hold? Right like that? I mean, I think so. Oh, well, yeah, I think that'll work. If we can tighten that nut down, boy, it sure be nice if we had a ratchet. Let's see if we can do that same thing to this side. Yeah, and then that'll pull that in. Okay, let me get this nut started. what's going on here. Here, okay, wait, I think I got it. Did we? Did we get it on there? Yeah. Well, okay. It's poking out right here. I mean, it'd be nice if it's recessed in a little bit more. But, I mean, it looks better than no grill, right? So, we'll tighten those down, and I think that's going to have to be it. Well, there it is. It's in. We didn't really quite follow the instructions because it didn't really have any. It just had a suggestion. But I don't know. I don't think that looks too bad. Does that look looks better than no grill in it at all? So, well, we're going to go with that and just call it good. I'm sweating again. Seems odd to be sweating in the middle of October in Oklahoma, but that's what we're doing. Well, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you learned something, or at least was entertained. So last I looked, we was up to 93 subscribers. If you remember, my goal was 80. We passed that. Now we're at 90. I was happy. I'm happy. I'm happy with 93. But, you know, we're just like drag racers. We're never satisfied. We always want more. So now I'm looking for 100. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would recommend, well, not recommend, I would hope that you would subscribe. So, because like I said, I've got another video that we're going to be coming up with. We're going to take this out to the track. We'll shoot some videos there. And then when my partner gets here, Steve, he's the one that basically does all the tuning on the car. If it wasn't for him, the car wouldn't be running as fast as it is. But I'm going to have a sit down with him because he has got some real interesting stuff to tell you about these Holley Dominator carburetors. And if you're thinking of running a Dominator, or most likely more the 3-circuit Dominators, if you're thinking about running one of those, or you are running one and having problems, you're going to want to hear what he's got to say. So until then, this is Doug with Rusted Wrench Garage. Give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.